This is the Suffolk County Girls AA Championship game. The Musketeers of Central Islip had to go through one of Long Island's best players in Tori Harris and Half Hollow Hills West to get here. The Commack Cougars gritted out a tough and hard-fought victory over the Hop Hog Eagles. But both are here at Stony Brook University at the Island Federal Credit Union Arena for the Suffolk County Girls AA Championship game. The Musketeers and Cougars next on News 12 Varsity. Well, hi again, everyone. Welcome to Stony Brook University. Matt Shortis, Dylan Butler on hand for the girls' AA Suffolk County title. Commack and CI. Dylan, you get a tale of two different teams in a sense. CI had to wait nearly 15 years just to get back to a Suffolk County semifinal, let alone a final. And Commack, two-time defending Long Island champs. This is almost old hat for them. Yeah, they're going for their third consecutive Suffolk County championship, and you have to go back to 1960 for the last time CI raised that banner. So it is certainly a tale of two different teams, two different styles as well. I think CI very much predicated on their defense, and Commack's got some great weapons offensively. I think it really sets up a really interesting matchup. There's really a three-headed monster that leads the Musketeers, and on top of that is Chanel Taylor, 23 points in the semifinal, and defensively, offensively, she is a powerhouse. Yeah, a lot of her offense in the semifinal win came from her defense, where she would create a steal, she'd get her hands in passing lanes, get out into the front court and get a layup, get some threes. She was outstanding. She has been the leader all year long for CI, and usually this time of year when we turn to March, the leaders step up in a big way, and that's what Taylor did the other night. Speaking of leaders, Jill Spagnola, the four-year player, she's obviously won 2 Long Island championships with this Commack team. She struggled a bit on Saturday. Second time here in less than a week should help her game out. Yeah, she had 12 points, which is a respectable number, but 6 of those points came in the fourth quarter. So she knocked down free throws, and especially in the final 2 minutes when they needed her the most, she was outstanding. She's the engine, she's the glue for the Cougars. She's that leader of a relatively inexperienced team, even though they've been here the last couple of years. So she's a fierce competitor, and I would look for her to have another big game today. So CI trying to raise their first banner since 1960. Commack looking for the three-peat. It's coming your way next on News 12 Varsity.
Who will rise higher, dunk harder, and go farther? The playoffs are here. Tune to News 12 Varsity all postseason long.
Welcome to Island Federal Credit Union Arena on the campus of Stony Brook University. Matt Shortis, Dylan Butler, and Josh Strebsky with you as we get ready for the start of the Suffolk County Girls AA Championship game. The Central Islip Musketeers, coached by Paul Venturi, at 21-2 on the season. Coming off that semifinal win, 63-53 over Hills West. The starting lineup is Nabia Bonsu, Zavira Haynes, Jade Walls, Anaya Jenkins, and Chanel Taylor. And the Cougars likewise off their semifinal win, 54-47 over Hop Hog. 21-2, coached by Dennis Conroy in his 10th season, a St. Anthony's graduate when it was in Kings Park. And their starting lineup is Casey Hearns, Kim Shalhoub, Jill Spagnola, Gabby Becerra, and Lauren Moline. Officiating crew tonight, Monica Cost, Kamal Pasha, and Willie Crespo will blow the whistles and run the show. So CI, they've they've brought 2 bus loads of students and fans.
Yeah, they're all sitting right behind us.
They're loud and raucous behind us. Commack likewise ready to go. It's the Cougars in white and the Musketeers in the purple and gold. And it's Nabia Bonsu, the point guard, to start it off. Third-year starter, 12 points, 5 boards, 5 assists to start, and we have a stoppage. I don't think the clock started quite at the correct time.
Ours did, but
so we're back underway. Taylor to the left side. Taylor coming off a performance with 23 points, 8 rebounds over to Anaya Jenkins. Also a great game on Saturday, 22 points. Bonsu, the shot a little too long, boarded by Meline.
Yeah, real nice looking rebound by Moline. And there's the floor general.
Spagnola calls a play from the right side. CI operating in that 3-2 zone. Poked away right into the waiting hands of Hearns, but she's blocked from behind by Bonsu. Lead ahead, it comes for Jenkins. Jenkins, left side of the paint, a little too strong. Boarded by Shaloub. Shaloub has it ripped out of her hands by Taylor. Spins on the baseline and puts it in.
So some wild action. A little discombobulated early on, but Taylor finishes in for the first 2 points of the game.
Throughout these playoffs, every coach that we've talked to has mentioned the stifling defense that the Musketeers bring. Left side, Shaloub will try a three. Another strong start for Kim Shaloub.
Yeah, she picks up right where she left off, knocking down a ton of first quarter threes. And there she goes chasing down the loose ball, goes out of bounds. Should be CI's ball.
Shaloub, who had 19 points on Saturday, 13 of which coming in the first quarter. Down low on the blocks to Jenkins. Jenkins' defender fell over, no call as Jenkins puts it in. There's Spagnola over the timeline. Casey Hearns, the third-year starter, coming off an ACL injury from lacrosse season. Hearns up top, they swing it around. Spagnola took a long time on that three, a little short. Rebound to Jenkins. Stepping into a three is Bonsu, a little off the mark to the right side. Flying in is Hearns. Casey Hearns are gonna push the tempo, picks up the dribble, goes to the left side for Moline. Shaloub again, long, high arcer of a three, connects. Kim Shaloub's got all 6 Commack points. 6-4 Commack early on. Bonsu to the rack. So all 3 of the big guns for CI have found the score sheet on the first 3 CI baskets.
And we're seeing that contrast in style already, huh? The 3 ball for Commack and a patient offensive set, and CI just getting up and down the court looking for the layups.
Down on the left blocks, it's Becerra. Becerra in traffic, batted back out. Spagnola will try again straight away, this time off the back heel, and we'll have a loose ball foul against Commack.
Yeah, Spagnola, as was the case in the semifinals against Hauppauge, struggling a little bit to find her shot. But I guess fortunate for her also, as in the semifinals, Shaloub has found hers.
Taylor goes out to the right side for Haynes, way off the mark. And she hears about it from the student section under that basket.
And boy, are they dressed for the occasion.
They're dressed for something. I'm not quite sure what it is.
Possibly Halloween.
Spagnola into the paint. That one won't fall. Moline, the offensive board. Shaloub will try it from the near side this time. She is on fire to start the game.
I'm sure at the first time out, the CI coaching staff will talk about identifying the shooter, and that shooter is number 5.
Moline stripping Bonsu of the ball. Commack the other way. Hearns right to the basket. High arcer won't go. Offensive board put back up and in by Moline.
Moline came up so big late for Commack in that struggle they had against Hauppauge. That's just great positioning. Caught the ball off the glass, turned it around, found the way in. Maybe some steps. Not called.
Refs letting them play in the early going championship game. Spagnola on the baseline draws the foul. And we'll see who it is against. It's against Nabia Bonsu. And after the game that we had with Commack and Hauppauge, we are grateful to the officiating crew for having a more laissez-faire attitude.
Yeah, it's taken 5 minutes and 9 seconds.
Taylor steal on the intention pass for Hearns. Taylor pulls it back up. Hearns redeems herself and gets it back.
Kim Shaloub said she didn't think she shot well in the playoffs until,
Trying it again. First miss of the night for Shalhoub. Rebounded by Haynes of CI.
She said she didn't feel she shot well in the first couple games of the playoffs. She made up for that certainly in a big way against Hauppauge.
And again, the start tonight, where she's already had 3 made 3-pointers. Held ball. The arrow is to Commack. Maya Lombard will check in. A first-year varsity player.
She was great off the bench as well in that win against Hills West.
And defensively, Central Islip did a really nice job at times, especially the beginning of quarters, stymieing Hills West offense. Shalhoub with air of confidence, looked like she was getting ready to pull the trigger on that one.
Yeah, great job, though, by CI getting Jenkins out on her, though.
Good pick and roll. Moline inside will go to the line for 2.
You know, we talk about basketball IQ a lot, and that's certainly what Commack has. A lot of people will talk about what maybe Commack isn't in terms of like high-level Division I athletes, but they are a solid high school team, really well coached, and again, the basketball IQ is right there.
They do have Division I athletes. They just might be not be basketball players.
Right.
They have lacrosse players.
Correct.
Bonsu, who dealt with foul trouble all day on Saturday, picks up her second personal foul just 5 minutes into the ball game. Moline missing the second one, rebounded by Jenkins. Jenkins has Moline out on her. Moline almost smiling as she's defending her. Give off to Taylor. Taylor, a little push shot, short. Offensive board, and Jenkins will go to the line.
Yeah, the runner didn't fall. They got the offensive rebound, though, and they got the foul, so now Walls will head to the line.
That was Lauren Moline's second foul. So there's only been 4 fouls in the game, all of them on 2 players for their respective teams. Walls, a sophomore center, missed the first free throw.
So Moline gives some advice to Amanda McMahon.
It's almost soccer supporter section-esque. There's Hearn on the right side. And Lombard, guilty party.
So I think you might have jinxed it. We've
Yeah,
gotten
very possible.
a few fouls here in the last couple moments.
Kim Shalhoub with 9 of the 11 Commack points. Right side, McMahon just into the ball game. And Shalhoub stepped out of bounds trying to rebound the ball. There's Taylor, averaging 19.6 points per game. Taylor, a little Euro step missing off the side. Walls can't get it. Out of bounds. Commack's got the possession. Both teams in a little lull offensively. Last couple moments. 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 11-6. Commack leading CI. Spagnola on the left side for Shalhoub. The sophomore Amanda McMahon in. They kick it out to McMahon. Back up top, Spagnola. Spagnola gets 4 purple jerseys around her. Tough shot. Gets her own rebound, though. Spagnola tries it again. That'll be short. On the baseline, battle for it. Out of bounds, but a foul prior to that will go against Jill Spagnola.
And again, the thing about Spagnola is, as we saw in the semifinal, the shot not falling right away, but she'll try to make up for it in other ways. Defensively, from the foul line, and McMahon gets in the passing lane.
Here's McMahon 1-on-2, slows it down for a moment across to Hearns. Tough shot. And then McMahon commits the foul underneath.
Yeah, I think the issue there was just that McMahon went so quickly up the court, as CI will call their first timeout. She did a great job getting her hands in the passing lane, but then she's got to slow it down, give it to the guards, let the offense start to go. But with 1:10 left in this first quarter, 11-6 for Commack. Of course, the winner will advance to the Long Island Championship March 11th at 2 p.m. against the Nassau County winner, which will either be Baldwin or Massapequa. They play on Saturday at Hofstra.
That's been the case for the last several years in Nassau County. CI here for the first time in a long time. Pat Venturi wasn't sure if they've ever gotten to a AA final. Anaya Jenkins on the right elbow. Jenkins turnaround jumper is short. Battle on the floor, another held ball. This time it'll be CI possession. Commack trying to say, or the Commack fans in the corner trying to say that Jenkins' tailbone was on the baseline there.
That's what the hot dog was saying. He was pointing. I mean, literally, the guy's a hot dog.
How do you not trust it? We got some Tropics jerseys. I saw a Princess Peach.
You knew that because you have kids.
What, the Princess Peach?
Oh, yeah.
Ah, it's Mario.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Left elbow jumper short by Lombard. A little miscommunication, Spagnola between the rings. Shalhoub up top, off a screen, trying to pick and roll. Nice feed down to Becerra, who lays it in.
Yeah, really, really well done. Becerra, perfect pick and roll.
Good feed underneath. Jenkins responds. Final 8 seconds of the quarter. Shalhoub again for 3. That one's off the heel. Rebounded by Lombard. Lombard. And CI will just look up court. And it's Commack on top after one, 13-8 over CI in the Suffolk County Girls AA Championship game.
Who will rise higher, dunk harder, and go farther? The playoffs are here. Tune to News 12 Varsity all postseason long.
One quarter in the books. Commack, the two-time defending Long Island champs, on top by 5. They're in white as they move left to right. Jill Spagnola scoreless in that first quarter, bumped beyond the perimeter by Maya Lombard.
And Lombard picks up her second. Seeing a lot of multiple offenders early on.
Spagnola free throw line, jumper, nothing but net.
And that might get her going. That's a good looking shot in the lane for Spagnola.
Left side it comes for Jenkins. Double team comes quickly. She tries to get rid of it, and it's stolen by Shalhoub. Shalhoub now Spagnola, crossover on Taylor. Scoop shot underhand, gets the bounce.
How sweet was that? Switches hands on the dribble through traffic. Scoop layup high off the glass. 4 straight points for Spagnola. The lead now 17-8.
Getting some Division II interest locally. Ball to the floor, ripped away by McMahon. Commack looking to run now. Shalhoub underhand into traffic. Tough one. Jenkins for CI. Jenkins across the lane for Taylor. Taylor, plenty of time, shoots too strong. Tipped up, taken by McMahon and Commack. Again, she is pushing the pace both times. McMahon across for Hearn.
And this time, a really good job by Hearns. Backs it up for 3.
That one won't fall. And CI 1 and done on the defensive possession.
So impressed with the defensive rebounding by Commack.
Underneath, held ball, CI will have it. Well, Chanel Taylor has had a quiet start tonight as well with just 2 points. Had a great move to get to the basket there a moment ago, but unable to finish.
And again, these Commack girls, you're not going to find the 6-footer in the bunch, but it's all about positioning, boxing out your opponent.
Jenkins will try the free throw line jumper and gets the bounce. 17-10 Commack, nearly 2 minutes into the second. Hearns jab step. Hearns initiating some contact and drawing a foul.
Got a chance to briefly say hi as Katie Kelly checks in the game for Kim Shaloub. Shaloub hears a nice round of applause. Got a chance to talk to Casey Hearns' dad a little bit before the start of this game. Good friends, Matt, with Chris Hardett, the Holy Trinity athletic director.
Rough night for the Titans on Tuesday.
Yeah, it was a bit unexpected. The margin of victory for Chaminade in that one by 20.
So 7-point contest. And 2 minutes into the second quarter, Taylor double teamed down on the perimeter. Commack's perimeter defense has been very good so far in the early part of this game.
Yeah, I'd say their overall defense has been great. Really, when we talked about the start of this game, and we mentioned the CI defense as being a factor, but the Commack defense has been great early on. McMahon wild off the glass.
Sophomore, first time in a championship game. She's forced things a little bit at times. Lombard catches up to this one, keeps it inbounds. Smothered right now by Becerra and forces a turnover.
Now, you know, I was wondering kind of coming in, Matt, how this atmosphere would affect CI. Again, they are vying for their first Suffolk championship since 1960. But I thought maybe something in their favor was they were on this exact court on Saturday, so the surroundings are not unfamiliar.
They may have the more of crowd support as well.
Oh, yeah.
Katie Kelly, first touch today, another sophomore. Very young bench Commack has. 2 sophomores and an 8th grader that play the bulk of the bench minutes. Spagnola with some speed, crosses back over to her right, tries to feed across to the left side, but throws it away.
Yeah, it looked like that was maybe supposed to go to Becerra along the baseline, wasn't there, but a steal by Kelly.
Young gun coming up with the turnover, nearly lost it right on the mid-court line. Kelly able to recover. Dribbles into the corner up top for McMahon, swinging out for Hearn, left side three-pointer is good. Casey Hearns, her first points today.
Hearns took that shot from Nichols Road.
They have doubled up CI at 20-10. McMahon, another steal for Commack. Here they come 2-on-1. McMahon right to the basket. Well, CI looks a little discombobulated. Throw it away again. McMahon has been a defensive monster for Commack.
Well, she's just a ball of energy, and at 5'7", she's also long and lanky.
Spagnola just inside the free throw line. Missed the shot, and Pat Venturi went to get his team to slow down. He takes a timeout.
And there you see McMahon going to the bench. Versatile, extremely quick. And really what's interesting about when she comes off the bench with Katie Kelly is they increase the team speed. We saw early on that they kind of want to play a little bit slower, a little bit more in rhythm, but those two just get up and down the court. Two of the young players, as you said, both sophomores, both big parts of the future of Commack girls basketball.
And the other thing I think with that, Dylan, is both teams are quite aware of the zone defense that CI brings. Dennis Conroy was saying their zone covers a lot of ground in terms of the girls basketball game, almost like a Syracuse zone, because they have so much length. They can go out deeper and they rebound very well. So it seems like they're trying to buck that half court and get out in transition when they can off turnovers.
Yeah. And thus far, again, everything has kind of worked well for Commack. Even during some droughts offensively, they've done the work defensively to keep CI from getting into a spurt.
Well, 22-10 the score. CI with just one field goal in the quarter, 3:42 left. Double again.
Oh, again with Kelly.
They almost come up with a turnover. Bonsu having all sorts of trouble.
9 on the shot.
Up top for Taylor, no settled shot as of yet. Taylor to the left side, 4 to shoot. Taylor driving in, just flicks it up and gets the roll.
Really important basket by Taylor.
Sometimes when you have a high-level player, that's the kind of play you need. Everything falling apart and still coming away with points. Spagnola left side on the 3. Clangs off the front of the iron, and CI will have it. Bonsu to the right side. Taylor, high, rainbow type 3. Rebounded by McMahon. Spagnola again using the speed, it falls in.
Yeah, the dribble penetration's been there. The long distance shot not dropping for Spagnola, but she's getting to the basket, and she's finishing.
Normally, that's not what you see break the zone, but it's worked for Spagnola. Underneath for Taylor. Katie Kelly's got it. 3-on-2 Commack. Right side, McMahon will step up from 3. Commack is not missing in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, and they're getting contributions from everybody right now. McMahon knocking down 3s.
Bonsu across, and that time Wall's unable to make the bunny.
And Hearns rips down her rebounds. Now, if you're the Musketeers, who do you defend?
Yeah, they've been incredibly balanced. Shaloub taking it to the basket, that off the side of the backboard. Taylor, now Bonsu. Bonsu, quick to the left side, lays it in.
Really nice looking layup by Bonsu.
That's what CI need, a nice easy basket in transition. Spagnola will kick it back out to Kelly. Kelly, the lone player on the floor right now for Commack without a field goal. Good ball movement up top. Hearns for 3. That'll be no good.
Yeah, McMahon did a good job flashing to the foul line, then kicking it back out. Inside out, they worked.
Good positioning for Jenkins. First time in the game that CI has had back-to-back baskets. Under a minute to go in the first half. Kelly to Hearns, kick back out. Away it comes to Kelly again for 3. That won't fall. Walls to the ball, to the floor for it. She's tied up. Commack ball.
And you wonder, too, if that's not a timeout called because you've already utilized a few of your timeouts early on.
Kelly thought about feeding it back into Shaloub. Shaloub open, flashed out. Shaloub short on the shot. Plenty of time. 30 seconds left. Bonsu kicking it back out. Taylor will try a 3 left side. That won't go. Rebounded by Shaloub. Shot clock is off with 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, now, again, with Kelly McMahon, it's hard to think they could slow down, but that's why the ball's in Spagnola's hands. They'll hold for the last shot.
Left side, Shalhoub for the corner three. That won't go. Taylor's got it. 1 second. Taylor at half court. Heaves it. Good if it goes. Good effort. But way off the mark. So CI puts a couple of baskets together at the end of the first half, but Commack in control at halftime. An 11-point advantage, 27-16 for the two-time defending Long Island champs.
The love, yeah, it's in our souls. The passion, it's in the cheers. And in that pivotal moment, we live and die with every pass, block, steal, and game-winning dunk. And we wouldn't want it any other way. Don't miss a minute. Download the News 12 Varsity app today.
Welcome back to Stony Brook University. Matt Shortis and Dylan Butler on hand. Commack leading CI 27-16. As we get ready to start the second half, it'll be CI possession. Nabia Bonsu, who had 2 personal fouls in the first half, she's back in the game, and she inbounds to Chanel Taylor. Taylor was stymied much of that half, just 4 points for Central Islip. Bonsu will try a 3 to start it off, no good, rebounded by Walls. That was something CI didn't have a whole lot of, which is second chance points. Blocking foul. Jenkins had the chair pulled out from behind her.
I think that's the third now on Moline.
That is the third against Lauren Moline. And it looks like they're going to go right back to Amanda McMahon, who came in for Moline. And she was a huge defensive presence. Not necessarily down low, but out on the perimeter, creating stops and points in transition.
Yeah, getting her hand out in passing lanes. And
Bonsu trouble inbounding it. Taylor now back to Bonsu. Bonsu into the painted area, off the window and in. So she's tied for the team high with 6 points, back to a single-digit deficit for CI. Becerra, Hearns will swing it around. Back to the far corner. Lob pass, Ray Strong. Comes over behind us. So Commack turns it over on their first possession. Taylor and Spagnola, fun matchup. Swinging around left side. Lombard had her shot blocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Musketeers.
so we'll see, it looks like a more pronounced zone defense now that we're seeing from CI.
Spagnola now Hearns.
But the ball movement in the first half was so good, and now Commack with back-to-back possessions with turnovers.
The Commack student section has added a confused Capitals cheesehead fan. Harry Potter and Santa.
Yeah, is it, like, I guess that's Ovechkin, right? Because he's wearing the C.
There's Taylor across the lane, and Jenkins too hot to handle, out of bounds. So both teams struggling, holding on to possession to begin this third quarter. Spagnola off the window, no good. Gets her own rebound though, in traffic, out to Hearns. Hearns will put it on the deck. Draw some contact, blocking foul, CI.
Yeah, great job by Hearns. And again, you know, she's 5'9", she's a junior, but she's so strong, she's fearless going to the hole.
Hearns to the free throw line, spins out. Hearns, the 3-year starter, was an honorable mention All-State player last year, then tore her ACL during the cross season and worked like a mad lady to come back and be ready for hoops. Bonsu, offensive foul. Third foul on Nabia Bonsu.
And now the depth of CI might be tested. They don't go very deep, though, on their bench. Commack, of the two teams, certainly much deeper.
And that's not a ton deep. They'll only play about 8 girls. As Dennis Conroy says, much more than that in a 32-minute game. It's hard to get into a rhythm. Travel by Becerra.
Yeah, she catches the ball out 12 feet from the basket, but that's got to be more of a rotational push the ball around than trying to pick up your dribble and get to the hole.
It's been a slow start to the quarter for both teams. Taylor on the block, dribbles it off her foot. Bonsu trying to save it going out of bounds, but cannot.
And Matt, that's a negative, I think, if you're CI, because again, it's an uphill climb. You're down by 10. And while you're getting stops and creating turnovers on the one end, you're not capitalizing on the other. There you see that 1-2-2 zone.
Back around to Spagnola. Shalhoub had the big first quarter, quiet since. Spagnola's been comfortable from there, and that won't go. Becerra throws it back up strong.
And again, that's one where I think Becerra's got to push it back out. She went 1 on 4.
Bonsu, the point guard. Will call things out off the screen. Bonsu just walking it slowly around the perimeter. Now moves inside, strong. Walls there for the putback, high off the window, won't get it. Had her own rebound and was fouled in the process. Casey Hearns was the guilty party.
Yeah, just her first, though.
Jade Walls listed at 5'8". We mentioned Commack doesn't have a lot of height inside, but Walls playing bigger than that on that possession. Taylor gets the bounce. Chanel Taylor now with 6. Man, had a big 3 late in that first half. Bounces it. Shalhoub. Lead pass ahead. A chase is on. Bonsu's to it. Lays it in. Back-to-back baskets for CI, and they're down by 6. Timeout, Commack. Dylan, if you flash back to the semifinals, both of these teams you would say were second half teams.
Yeah.
CI really clamped up their defensive efforts on Hills West, and Hauppauge and Commack, it was really a slugfest in that second half. Not a lot of points scored. Commack came out on top, and early on, it's been the CI defense getting the better on in this third quarter.
Yeah, it seems like third quarters haven't been great for Commack in this postseason. But you're right about CI. Look, they went to that 3-2 zone, and they really did such a better job identifying Harris. It was interesting talking to the CI players after the game. They said, you know, we knew she was a good player. We knew her backgrounds, but we maybe didn't believe it. And then Harris goes for 17 in the first half. They go to the locker room. Yeah, we believe now. We believe.
Yeah, yeah.
And they did such a better job defensively.
And the other thing was, Paul Venturi says they were playing her more box and one early on.
Right.
And then they switched to the zone where he felt their team was a lot more comfortable.
And that's what we're seeing now. They're perfectly in it now. It's like, it looks like a 1-2-2, like a matchup.
Defense chance coming from the CI side. Shalhoub, McMahon now. McMahon kicking out. Spagnola blocked away. Spagnola recovers, bobbles, lost it out of balance. CI turns them over again.
Yeah, it looked like she might have gotten hit, Spagnola, on the way, but it's that CI athleticism and the length in that zone. And you talked about it with Jim Boeheim in Syracuse, right? He'd always have those 6'7", 6'8" guys in that 2-3 zone, and that length really disrupted people.
Bonsu, open 3, cans it. To go back to the end of that first quarter, a 13-1 run right now. 13-2, pardon me. Moline back in the game. McMahon will try to answer. So CI a chance to potentially tie on this possession.
And it's been all number 3 in this second half.
Bonsu, bounce pass in tight to Taylor, lays it in. Those two getting it going in the third. It's a 1-point Commack lead. Spagnola stops the bleeding for the time being.
And that's what she is so good at.
Up to 8 points today for Commack. Bonsu trying to move inside, fouled on the floor. Casey Hearns bewildered by the call, but that is her second foul, third against the team with 3:04 remaining in the third quarter. Bounced underneath, Taylor back-to-back baskets. So she's gotten into good positioning the last couple times, and they found her down low. Out it comes left side. Katie Kelly will try a 3. No good, but the offensive rebound for Commack. Moline down low, count it, and one.
I tell you, Matt, you flash back to that hop hug game, same basket. Lauren Moline, if you remember, had like a volleyball tip of a putback that Dennis Conroy called the biggest basket of the year when Moline got that putback and the foul.
Free throw is good for Moline. Bonsu flashing the speed. Taylor trying to post up again. Bonsu in traffic. We talked about it a moment ago. Bonsu and Taylor carrying them now as Bonsu's got 13. Taylor will get called for a reach-in. .223 left in the third quarter. 2-point lead for Commack at 33-31. Hearns on the left side. 4 points today for the junior guard. Batted around. CI has it for the moment. Tied up. Commack will hold on.
So you see the Musketeers ratcheting it up on the defensive side. It's going to force Commack to be that much crisper with their passing.
Underneath to Spagnola. The 5'3" Spagnola getting the reverse layup. There's Taylor fouled by Kelly. So Commack seems to have woken up out of the funk they were in.
Yeah, they needed every bit of that 10-point lead, huh?
Taylor bounces it down low, short shot, offensive board, put back up and in by Jenkins. Atoned for the earlier miss. 1:35 to go in the third. Bounce on the baseline, back out it comes from McMahon. Tough shot, well short, might have been tipped. Taylor looking for the tie, inside, tough shot. Bounced around, Walls comes away with it for CI.
Yeah, now CI's getting all those offensive rebounds.
Stretch out the defense, Taylor. Left side kick for Haynes, baseline too strong. Battle and a tie up. CI will have it. Moline and Walls in a championship grapple.
It was tough for Moline too because the point of contact was already behind her head, so kind of feel like she was going down. 8 on the shot because the possession didn't change.
Nor did the ball hit the rim.
Right.
Taylor with 5 to shoot. Taylor tries to move her way inside. Count it, and 1. That one hung up there for a while. We're tied at 35.
Yeah, an aggressive move to the hole. Taylor lowered her shoulder, drew the contact, and finished strong. Tie ball game, and CI's got an opportunity to take their first lead since 4-3.
Taylor 8 points in this third quarter of her 12 on the game. Missed the shot. Kelly's got it over Walls. Kelly pushing ahead under a minute to play in the third. Tied at 35. Spagnola to the right side. Kicks out Becerra. Becerra on the baseline, in traffic, puts it in.
I'll tell you, earlier in the game, in this quarter, Becerra was called for a travel on a drive to the basket. This time she did a much better job finishing strong.
Taylor, the big basket a moment ago with 12. Crosses over Spagnola. Back up top for Jenkins. Jenkins had her defender up in the air, stripped, recovers. Jenkins just inside the line, falls off the iron.
And that was all Kelly with the harassment.
Spagnola with 13 on the game clock. Long 2. Grazes the front iron. Shalhoub the rebound. Kelly will try a 3. That won't go. Becerra the offensive rebound.
Oh.
That one's up and in. Gabby Becerra, back-to-back baskets in tight to end the third quarter. And after CI comes all the way back to tie it, Commack, a 4-point lead going to the fourth. It's the Suffolk County Girls AA final up for grabs. Fourth quarter coming up.
Who will rise higher, dunk harder, and go farther? The playoffs are here. Tune to News 12 Varsity all postseason long.
Gabby Becerra with 4 of her 6 points in the final minute of the third quarter, and it's a 4-point difference right now.
How about that last putback she had too? A rainbow. Almost hit the rafters. It was put up so high.
Commack starting with possession. Moving right to left for the fourth. Taylor knocks it away. Gains control. Taylor right side of the lane. Rolls around and in. Two-point contest. Becerra to the far corner. Spagnola able to keep the possession. Right side, skip pass, left side. Kelly will try a 3. It's in. First points of the game come at a huge time for Katie Kelly.
Yeah, she was in the same position in the end of the third quarter. Looked on from our vantage point, just missed that one. Perfect.
Taylor to the right side, head fake at Hearns. Taylor kick back out. Up top, long 2 for Jenkins. Gets the bounce.
Jenkins with like a push shot.
Three-point advantage, 42-39. Spagnola, basket carry inside. Up to 12 today for Jill Spagnola.
That was her high against Hop Hog.
Jenkins around for Taylor. Taylor now will put it on the floor into a crowd of white jerseys. She's fouled. That was the 4th foul against Casey Hearns.
And she immediately goes to the bench to have her conversation. Lauren Moline will be checking in for her. Moline is also in foul trouble.
So Commack will go a little bigger with both Moline and Becerra in the game. Taylor, game high 15 points right now. The big three for CI have carried the load. Taylor 15, Bonsu 13, Anaya Jenkins with 12. Taylor missed the second one. There's Spagnola to the left side. Kelly, the big three a moment ago. Moline wings it down low to Becerra. Pass knocked away for a moment. Kelly recovers, finds Becerra in tight, who puts it in. Contributions from all around for Commack now.
Yeah, Matt, you took the words out of my mouth. That's exactly what makes this team so, so good.
Handoff pass to Bonsu, jab step up top for Taylor. Taylor through the fake. Jenkins will try a long two, no good. Walls, hard-fought rebound into the corner it comes. Bonsu almost taken away. Taylor now. Taylor, tough shot. Won't go. Another board for CI and Walls. Only a sophomore. Bonsu is fouled on a light touch by Joe Spagnola. You get the sense with a 6-point difference, this is a big possession for CI.
Oh, yeah.
Bonsu steps into a wide open three and drains it.
Looks like Bonsu knew it too.
How's that for a big possession? 3-point contest, 46-43. Becerra looking it off. Now Moline moving inside. Lefty push goes.
With her size and athletic ability, that's a really tough matchup.
Bonsu off the window and in. 18 for Nabia Bonsu. Spagnola to her right, fouled. If that's Bonsu, that's her fourth foul, and it is against Bonsu.
Wow, that's a, I mean, I guess you got to keep her going. You take her out of the game because she has fouls, you lose your hottest offensive threat right now.
Well, they change up defensively, so they bring in Maya Lombard. Lombard's going to slide over and D up on Spagnola. Spagnola dancing at the top of the key. Inside, Shaloub, her shot blocked. Gets her own rebound, swing it around. Kelly for three, no good. Out of bounds it goes off the rim. Four and a half to go in the Suffolk County Girls AA Championship game. Taylor off the pass from Bonsu. We're tied. Spagnola right down Broadway. Can't connect. A tie up and then a rare show of emotion for Spagnola. And the official, Willie Crespo, comes in and gives her a word.
And you know what, that's a great piece of officiating too, Matt, because you don't want anybody to pick up unnecessary fouls in situations, and good job just jumping in, and man, do we've got a ball game on our hands. 4:13 left, the two-time defending Suffolk County champions, Commack. They have led virtually throughout, really, except for the first couple minutes when CI had a 4-2 lead. That's also been CI's last lead. Again, when you reset how this looks, Commack back-to-back champions, back-to-back Long Island champions. CI looking for their first Suffolk championship since 1960.
And for this team in this playoff run, they have already pulled off some upsets. Bonsu, that one falls off the iron. Shaloub's got it for Commack, and a travel on Spagnola. They beat Longwood in the quarterfinals, avenging one of their only losses of the regular season, and one of the top players in Suffolk County in the semis, trying to knock off the team.
Wow.
5-second call by Monica Koss.
And who was the defender on that? Jill Spagnola.
Nowhere to go for Taylor. Spagnola might have gotten called for a carry. That ball bounced up very high, and Paul Venturi was almost bouncing up as high off the bench. Moline throws a head fake. Spagnola nowhere to shoot though. Bonsu right on top of her. Left side, 3 for Kelly. Moline tips it up right into the hands of Taylor. Taylor, pass Spagnola, pass Moline, scoop shot too strong. Kelly moving up. She'll stop just before the timeline. Very dangerous spot to pass that. Spagnola fouled on her way to the basket.
So Spagnola will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Walls picks up her third. Spagnola 12 points today. First trip to the free throw line for the 4-year starter for Commack, who's been right in the middle of things for this team as they've made their run. Second team all Long Island last year. Gives the team a 2-point lead. (50-48), Commack on top. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Skip ahead for Jenkins. Trying to feed Taylor down low. Taylor trying to face up. Back outside Jenkins. Foot on the line. 2 is good.
The announcer called a 3, but it's a 2 actually.
Spagnola right to the rack. Yeah, Monica Koss pointed to her foot on the line right away as soon as she took the shot. Skip it out. Bonsu, college range 3. Rattles in. Back and forth we go in the waning minutes of a title game. Shaloub, the 9 first quarter points, quiet since. Moline, who's been in foul trouble all day. Becerra, some late baskets in the third. Long 2 connects. 10 points for Gabby Becerra. Out of bounds.
Yeah.
CI turns it over. Shaloub back up top to Kelly. And Spagnola trying to look over Taylor. Spagnola gets by her, tough shot. Jenkins the rebound. Taylor nearly stripped by Kelly, pushes ahead for Bonsu. 1 dribble, up and under. No, falls off the rim, gets her own rebound, puts it up and in. Nabia Bonsu with 23. 90 seconds to play in a 1-point game. The 4-year starter, Jill Spagnola, looking to her assistant coach, Russ Teachin. Taylor pokes it away. CI, 3-on-1. Taylor across to Bonsu. It's good. And then a foul away from the ball. I think Spagnola pushed from behind. I take it back. CI is calling a timeout. The officials totally missed a foul behind the play.
What a job a moment ago, too. That layup by Bonsu, who now has 25 points in the game, was started when Taylor flashed out in the passing lane, got a piece of the pass, and got the layup. So CI a 3-point lead with 1:06 to go in the fourth quarter.
As stymied as this CI team was in that first half, they had 16 points at halftime. Their defense has been the catalyst today, and no surprise, the big three today, it's been Nabia Bonsu, Chanel Taylor, and Jenkins. The other day, it was Taylor, Jenkins, and Bonsu in that order. But the point guard, who had some early foul trouble, 2 fouls in that first half, didn't see a lot of time, now has 14, check that, 16 points in the second half.
So we'll see what we have here. 66 seconds left.
Largest lead of the day for CI.
Yeah. Previously, it was 4-2.
Slight full court pressure by the Musketeers. Commack over the timeline, under a minute to play. Spagnola, screen from Aline, long two, pops, no good. Rebound by Walls, to the floor she goes, and fouled by Becerra. Only the third team foul against Commack. And we'll see how Commack wants to play this.
Well, they'll talk it over. That's how they'll play it and figure things out. They call a 30.
We talked about it on Saturday. Dennis Conroy in his 10th season. Russ Tejan, this is his first season. You see him on the left. Conroy is the one talking. Russ Tejan coming over. He, longtime coach at Harborfield's, retired, didn't want to be a head man last year, took a year off. And then with Mike Palin, the assistant last year, going over to Ward Melville, that was open. Russ Tejan called up Dennis Conroy and said, if you're interested, I'd be interested. And that was all that was needed. Those two, they've gotten along swimmingly and a wealth of head coaching knowledge, but it was Coach Conroy doing all the talking in the huddle just now.
So they pick up full court. They do have fouls to give. Possession arrow is in Commack's favor.
Bonsu tied up. Bonsu able to keep it alive. Across to Taylor. Dangerous moments for CI. Taylor double teamed right away. Taylor out of it. Up top, Bonsu. Straightaway three. No good. Rebounded Moline for Commack.
Oh, the roof would have come off.
10-second difference between the game and the shot clock.
The roof would have come off if she hit that shot.
Spagnola stripped into the hands of Taylor, who's fouled by Moline. Shot clock is done. We're under 30 seconds. And because of the foul, a fresh shot clock for CI. And Commack, another timeout. Central Islip, we talked about it. They've not won a county title since 1960. Before Saturday, they hadn't been in the semifinals since 2003. This is a school that's not used to having a ton of success athletically at all. 2012 was the last time they had any program in a county title, a county championship game, and it was Paul Venturi's boys soccer team losing in PKs to Smithtown West.
And that's also why you see such a turnout today from Central Islip. You see the shirts and the sweatshirts and CI pride, and we've seen this a few times with like the Brentwood boys team, where just the community embraces the team. That's what they're doing for these girls of CI.
Seemed like the student section was a little late to the party. I don't know if there was some traffic for those buses coming from Central Islip here to Stony Brook. But they made their presence known in the second half, and they've helped their team emotionally to a 3-point lead with 28 seconds to go. Moline frenetically D'ing the inbound. Bonsu fouled. And who will they get on the foul?
Well, there were 3 players to choose from, and I think Kelly.
Yep.
Why? You know what? That's so smart. She's only a sophomore. There probably could have been a few people in there to call the foul on, but she had the least amount of fouls among those players.
Malene was around there too, and she has 4. So Bonsu, 25 points today. First trip to the line. Missed the first. One shot makes it a 2-possession game. Looks like Kelly is trying to ask if they want a timeout should they get a rebound. Bonsu, second one is good. Timeout, Commack.
So that shot, obviously huge, because now you set up a 2-possession type of situation, and I'm sure, no doubt, the conversation on the Commack bench is you don't need a 3. How many times in these situations, Matt, do we see a player rush down, take a 3 when really you've got to just manage a situation? So I'm sure it's about getting the best shot. On the opposite bench, no doubt, they're saying no fouls, make them earn it, let's get in their face, but also no easy baskets.
The difference here with the girls' game as opposed to the guys' game is once the team's in the bonus, you get the 2 free throws right away. So that does change it a little bit.
And also the clock stops on a made shot. So you could set up you make the basket, you could set up your defense for a second before the ball is inbounded.
Now if you're Dennis Conroy and company, there's so many options. Spagnola today with team high 16, Becerra with 10. 8 of those coming in the second half. Kim Shaloub had the 3 3-pointers in the first quarter, has been quiet since. McMahon has had a couple big baskets today. Katie Kelly will inbound right in front of her head coach.
And that's the other difference. You get the ball at half court.
Lombard
has to get it in.
Hearns, long 3 off the side of the iron. McMahon chasing after it, kept alive by Jenkins, and then Taylor's fouled.
And she was fouled by Spagnola going for that loose ball.
And Chanel Taylor, who transferred from St. Anthony's, was there her freshman year, came back to CI after that, and has had a sensational career for CI, trying to cap off her senior year with a Suffolk title. 2 free throws here. Missing the first, just 1 of 3 from the line.
And remember too, with CI leading 57-54, a huge steal to set up that Bonsu free throw.
Second one, no good as well. Bounced up, Kelly's got it. Kelly ahead, McMahon. McMahon steps up, 3-pointer will be short. The rebound to Spagnola, held ball, possession Commack.
And now with 11 seconds left, you need to score quickly.
Were you surprised they took a couple 3s so far?
Yeah.
Passed into Spagnola. Taylor had it on her. Spagnola, out it comes for Kelly. Kelly, 3-pointer, in and out. Rebounded, Shaloub back up with it. It's good with 3 seconds left. Timeout, Commack. Well, they have to hope for a steal off the inbounds or to foul right away.
Or maybe your defense is so good that you force a 5-second call. But you're right, those are all your options right now.
And the big 3 for Central Islip, especially in this second half, Bonsu and Taylor have been unstoppable. Nabia Bonsu, 26 points today. She had just 6 at halftime, so 20 second half points for Nabia Bonsu, the junior point guard. Paul Venturi says she is the glue of our team. Two-time All-League player. Says she does not care about the personal accolades, just wants to win. And today she saw that it was her turn to take the mantle, if you will, take a lot of that responsibility, put the team on her back for a good portion of this third and fourth quarter.
So Spagnola's still the one. And now a timeout for CI. Remember too, now that should set them up at half court, I believe, right?
You would imagine so, yeah. And Monica Costas walk her way up to half court.
Now here's an interesting thing for you. If you get the ball at half court, do you dare throw the ball in the backcourt with 3 seconds left? You know, have the one player trail long. And they will get the inbound right in front of us. Jade Walls. You know, so you've got players lined up right now at the half-court stripe. Do you dare flash out to the backcourt? And actually the inbound will be right in front of the CI bench. Now I think you don't do that.
There's too much space. Into Jenkins, who's fouled right away. 0.5 seconds came off. Anaya Jenkins has not been to the free throw line this evening. 14 points for the third-year starter. High archer of a free throw, but it falls in.
And now this is the one, the most pivotal free throw that she'll take this year.
It's good as well. Well, Commack, they've come back from deficits before. They need a prayer here. Kelly throws it on, intercepted, ball game. Perhaps fittingly, for the first time since 1960, CI scores 60 points to win a Suffolk County crown.
I like that numerical symmetry that you just brought, but congratulations to the Musketeers. Look, you're down 10. You haven't been to this spot before. Commack's won back-to-back titles. You certainly figure that Commack is in the driver's seat, you'd say, but CI just, with Bonsu leading the way, they just were so good in that second half. And tears of joy for Bonsu. Bonsu and Taylor sharing an embrace. She cannot control herself. She is so emotional.
How about this for closing a game? Central Islip in the first quarter, 8 points. Second quarter, 8 points. Third quarter, 19. Fourth quarter, 25. They had 16 points at halftime. And they again are on top for the first time since 1960. Perhaps not their parents' generation, perhaps their grandparents' generation. And they'll be celebrating in Musketeer country. CI, your Suffolk County Girls AA champs.
The love, yeah, it's in our souls. The passion, it's in the cheers. And in that pivotal moment, we live and die with every pass, block, steal, and game-winning dunk. And we wouldn't want it any other way. Don't miss a minute. Download the News 12 Varsity app today.
CI winning their first county title since 1960. Navia Bonsu, a big part of that, 26 points tonight. And Navia, a bunch of those came in the second half for you. What do you think was the change, both for you and the team defensively, in the second half that allowed the comeback?
I thought about years it's been since we won the county championship, and I was just like, we got to do this for them. we got to bring it home. And I just kept saying to myself, like, all right, 5 more baskets, 4 more baskets. And as we kept scoring, 3 more baskets. And once we were tied, I knew it was ours.
After the game, I saw you were walking off towards the students and you had tears in your eyes. What were you thinking about at that point?
We brought it home. We brought it home. I just couldn't take it. It was overwhelming. This is what they wanted, and it's all for them. It's for me, but it's for them.
Coach, we talked about that halftime deficit, just 16 points you had scored at halftime. What did Coach say? Was there any tactical change at half?
Not much. We had to stay within ourselves. We were turning the ball over way too much, and he said we just got to tighten up the defense and let's take it to him on offense.
The second time within the last week on this floor, it seemed like second half you really turned it on against Hills West, and obviously today against Commack. What is it about this team in the second half that allows you to close games out so well?
We know there's not much time left, so we can't waste not a second. So we just go at them, whatever it is. We know first 2 quarters, it's just all right. We're just getting in. We're getting our feet wet. Then when the second half comes, it's over.
Appreciate it. Congratulations. We'll see you in the Long Island Championship.
Thank you so much.
Nabia Bonsu, 26 points in the winning effort today for CI as they win their first county title since 1960 by a score of 60-56, knocking off the 2-time defending Long Island champs in Commack. That'll do it for everybody involved in our broadcast. For Dylan Butler, for our producer John Strepsy, I'm Matt Shortis saying so long. We'll catch you next time on News 12 Varsity.
Who will rise higher, dunk harder, and go farther? The playoffs are here. Tune to News 12 Varsity all postseason long.